Alright, hey guys, so you can see that today we're going to be doing some basic routine maintenance on the JL. Laid out before us is everything we need to do an oil change. You can see we have some Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic SAE0W20. This does meet Chrysler specification. We have an OEM Mopar oil filter. We have a container to collect our used motor oil. We have a simple funnel, some rags. We have a pan so we don't make a mess on our driveway. And then also the only simple tools we're going to need are a 24mm socket to remove our filter cap. We have a 13mm socket which we're going to use to remove our oil pan drain plug. And then a basic pick to remove the O-ring from our filter cap. Right. So what makes this oil change unique though is we're going to also be installing a Stahlbus quick connect drain plug, which is going to make future oil changes much easier and turn a 15-minute job into a 5-minute job. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is drain our used motor oil, and I found the easiest way to go about that is to remove the cap that's on our filler neck and just set that off to the side. That way when the oil tries to drain out the bottom of our pan, there's no suction, and then I'll just cover that with a rag for now. Next, we're going to locate our drain plug on the bottom of our oil pan, on the bottom of our motor, and then we're going to take our 13mm socket and slowly loosen it up. And depending on when the last time your motor ran, you're going to be careful because this could be hot. And then very carefully start to remove the drain plug. And you can see we already have our collection pan below ready to accept our used motor oil. Okay, now that our oil's drained, you can see we have our oil filter cap right here. So we're gonna take our 24mm socket and just slowly remove that cap. Okay, and you're gonna want a paper towel ready to catch any excess oil that comes off of this. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh. See, it's leaking just a little bit out of the cap. All right, so you can see that our cap has our used filter in it, and for that we'll just simply pull it out. We'll set that off to the side. Clean our cap a little bit. And then like I was saying, you can see that there's this simple O-ring that's around the top of the lid. We're just gonna pull that off, all right? And then for our replacement filter, you can see we're using a Mopar original. It's part number MO349. Right. And in this box, see we have our brand new filter and then a replacement O-ring. So we're just going to slide our O-ring back onto our cap. Right. And then simply install our new filter. Okay, now that we have our new filter in, and while the last few drops of oil are dripping out the bottom, let's get that put back on. Right. And it's very important with this cap that you don't want to over tighten it and crack your filter housing. Just nice and snug, hand tight. All right guys, so real quick, let's take a look at our new Stahlbus drain plug. I already did a test fit to confirm that this does fit. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. You can see it comes with this little copper washer there, but it's recommended that you get one of these synthetic. I think it's made by, I want to say Dorman, but I'm not 100%. I will leave a link down in the video description for all of this. And then here's our new plug that's going to plug into our ball valve. And you can see you just insert and twist, and then our used motor oil will come out the hole, and then when you're done, you just simply put a cap on it. Also, with this kit, you are given, where is it at? A piece of tubing, which you would then connect to this end All right. So you can see how that works. Okay, now that our oil is just about drained out, we still have a few drops coming, we're going to take our Stahlbus drain valve right here, and we're going to very gently thread it back into our oil pan. And then real quick, I'm going to wipe up some of this excess real quick. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then the instructions that you get from Stahlbus say to tighten this down to factory torque spec. And I want to mention that you're going to need a 19 millimeter to reinstall this. So real quick, let's get that around that. And very slowly. Okay. Like you guys may have seen in my previous videos, next time we need to do an oil change, all we have to do is simply take our quick connect with tubing and simply just plug it in. Then you can see some of that excess oil coming out. All right, beautiful. You can see no mess. It's pretty nice. All right, and then we'll just screw our cap on. Beautiful. All right, it's just that easy. Okay guys, now that we have our filter changed and we have our new drain plug on, all we have left to do is put some new oil in the motor. So as I was saying, we got some Pennzoil Platinum 0W20. We're just going to very carefully and very slowly feed it into our funnel. And you can see I put that rag down below just because we have our alternator there and I don't want any oil running down onto the engine block. Okay. All right, we're gonna call that good. And real quick guys, don't forget to store your used motor oil in an oil safe container so you can take it somewhere to get recycled. It's just very important. And then also, I think it's important to mention that I'm gonna save our OEM drain plug just in case I ever need it again someday. All right guys, and then what I would call the last step in a JL oil change is with your foot off the brake but your key inside the vehicle, press your start stop engine button twice till it goes to the run position. And you can see we have our menu. Give it a second. And there we go. It will say oil change required. And you're going to want to get to it in your menu, but on your oil life gauge, just hold the OK button down on your steering wheel and it will reset it to 100. All right, it's just that easy. All right guys, well our new drain valve is in. I'm pretty pleased. I think in the beginning of the video I showed that I was going to use a synthetic O-ring, but when I went to torque down our new drain plug, it actually split, so I stuck with the copper one that comes with our valve. All right, anyways guys, as I like to say, we just turned a 15-minute job into a 5-minute job. From here on out, anytime we need to change the oil, all we're going to need to do is hook this little guy in there and the oil will drain nice and clean. All right, well, if you guys are interested in doing any of this yourself, you want to do your own oil change, which I highly recommend, or if you want to install one of these valves, I will leave links down below in the description of everything that I used. If you guys did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And as always, feel free to subscribe. All right, you guys take it easy.